better daily, where we work hard in our minds, bodies, and our spirits to become 1% better every single day. Download the app and join our Betterment family at betterdaily.life to catch the video version of these podcasts. Here's your host and my dad, Alex Van Houten.
What is up, Betterment family? This is Alex Van Houten in Better Daily Live. Happy Friday. It is Flex Friday, and you can call me Coach because I'm going to be going through an exercise to help you on your 1% better journey. Now, several people in the past week have been talking about split squats and lunges and then the Bulgarian version, and so I wanted to take some time and talk through the Bulgarian split squat. Now, I have covered split squats on Flex Friday before. Split squats are just a fancy trainer term for stationary lunges. So a split squat looks like this. I'm going to show you in just a second. And what it does is it works the calves, the glutes, the hamstrings, and the quads, basically everything from the waist down. And the variation we're going to look at today, the Bulgarian split squat, ups the ante a little bit with a very, very minor change that actually makes a major difference. So let's look at that together. I'll show you a split squat and then we'll talk about the Bulgarian. So a split squat looks like this. I'm going to widen those legs just like this into a lunge position. My back leg, I'm up on my toe. My front leg, I'm nice and flat and strong on the ground. I'm going to go straight down and straight up. Not forward, but straight down and straight up. Okay? Now, the major difference between a split squat and a lunge is that normally lunges are traveling and or you come to a standing position. So a split squat is when you hold that position, one leg forward, one leg back, and you go straight down and straight up, and you maintain that position. Whereas a lunge, you would actually come back to standing every time, right? So a reverse lunge, for instance, looks like this. I step back, and then I come back to standing. I step back, and then I come back to standing. Or forward lunge looks like this. Just like that, right? So those are the major differences between the lunge and the split squat. Now today we're going to look at a variation of the split squat called the Bulgarian split squat. And I've never been to Bulgaria. I've never been to Bulgaria. These guys are mean, man, because this variation really ups the ante on this particular exercise. What it does is we end up with our rear leg elevated. And in a rear leg elevated split squat, it stretches the quad a little more and puts our glute in a more extended position. And so what that means is it actually hits your quads and your glutes even harder without having to use any extra weight. And this is a really powerful variation. It takes some practice to get the balance right. And also it takes some practice without having to add some weight. It takes some practice for your muscles to develop well enough to hit this exercise. So, it looks like this. So in my split squat before, I had my split squat position, right? Now, for the Bulgarian, I'm going to put that back leg on that back bench. Some will show it flat like this. I like to be on my toe personally because I have the flexibility to do so. But either way you do it, it's still a split squat. So I'm out here in this position. I'm going to go straight down and back leg straight up. That really ups the ante on this exercise. Makes it a much deeper range of motion without having to add any weight to it. And I can really feel that stretch in my quadricep and in that hamstring on the opposing side. So it's a really, really deep range of motion. And anytime, when I say range of motion, what I'm saying is it increases the stretch of the muscle in the exercise, which means anytime we can get that muscle to stretch further and have to contract. If I bench this, range of motion in the pectoral muscle at that second, which means I'm getting more work done in that muscle if I do it like this. So I see guys sometimes in the gym, they'll load up, hundreds of pounds on their bench press and they're doing this. Well, that's, it's not really building the muscle very much. There might be some reasons to play around with getting used to a heavier weight and stuff. But outside of that, it would be better to just regress the weight and go all the way through the full range of motion. And by better, I mean better as far as growing muscle is concerned. So in the split squat, what we're doing is we're deepening the range of motion for a lunge. Now, you don't want to deepen the range of motion for a lunge if you can't already do a lunge, if you can't already do a split squat well, without crashing your knee into the ground, without hanging in your split squat is what we call progression. You want to get the base movement down first before you start playing around with this variation. Now this bench is really high. This is what I showed you on. This bench where my back foot was on, super, super high, about 1.5 feet tall. And so I'm going to show you on the risers on the other side here. This is about a 4 to 5 inch increase in depth. And so you can do the Bulgarian split squat and work your way up. If you're at home, you could use even like a textbook or something along those lines to put your foot on and then start up in the ante, which will increase the range of motion on the split squat. So looking like this. So instead of being way up here, I'll turn around here and be right down here. Okay, this is a regression of that Bulgarian split squat. Nice and strong, just like that. So notice this is much lower than this, and so this is easier, right? Now, you might be saying, okay, Alex, I got the Bulgarian split squat down. How do I add weight to this thing? Use with caution, because the Bulgarian split squat is such a deep and such a huge range of motion exercise for your legs that you don't need much weight, right? So let's say on a good day, I squat 225 for 10 reps for multiple sets, okay? That's heavy weight, 225 pounds, barbell on my back here. It's heavy for me. It might not be heavy for some powerlifters, but it's heavy for me. So 225 pounds. When I do a Bulgarian split squat, my legs are just as sore, if not more sore, from a Bulgarian split squat with 25-pound dumbbells as it is with 225-pound barbell. We'll call that a day, and it's not even my leg day today, so I'm not going to go too crazy with these split squats. Yes. So I've got my dumbbells here. Hold them at my sides here. Straight down, straight up. Now notice, I'm trying to keep my head and chest up nice and tall. It's a lot of core work to keep yourself from leaning forward because the movement needs to be straight down and straight up. And then you might not like that at the sides. An alternative way to hold your dumbbells is to keep them at your shoulders. This requires a bit more here. Straight down. Boom, straight up. Boom, straight up. A little more balance required here. Boom, straight up. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the Bulgarian split squat. There's a joke in the training community, and oftentimes in Twitter training, you'll see things like, what's your favorite exercise? What exercise is harder than all the others? What will put hair on your knuckles? If you tell a trainer that this morning in your leg day, you did Bulgarian split squats, they're going to know exactly what you're talking about, and you have instant respect in their book. You don't even have to tell them how much weight you did. You know why? Because the range of motion is brutal, and they know how you're going to feel tomorrow. This has been Alex Van Houten in Bulgarian, and share a video with us in here and tell me how it's going. Next week, we're going to start with Mindset Monday, and I can't wait because it's my favorite day of the week. Well, next to Word Thursday. I don't know, man. The days are good. Keep waking up. I hope they're blessed for you. This has been Alex Van Houten in Better Daily Live. It's just 1%. You got this.
Thank you for joining us for your 1% Better today. Don't forget to subscribe for the podcast. Leave us a raving review to tell others how Better Daily has helped you in your journey. If you want more Better Daily, download our app and join our Betterment family at betterdaily.live. Use code POD to get 25% off your subscription. That's POD, all caps, to save 25% on your subscription. We all have a cross to carry. It's lighter when we do it together. Go to betterdaily.live today.